For thousands of years, a thick sheet of ice covered this land. As the glaciers receded, the wind, the rain, the rivers continued to shape this land into what it is today, a land of high mountains and deep fjords. Gradually, people from the south settled here. They built their villages in the fjords and along the coast because the interior was almost impassable during the winter. Yes, it was a harsh land. Only the hardiest survived. They were eventually called Norsemen, meaning people of the north. And that is what our story is about. Norway is a long country, about 1,000 miles in length. About a quarter of the length of this country lies north of the Arctic Circle. The capital and major city, Oslo. The symbol of this city has become the Holmenkollen ski jump. Every March, 100,000 spectators come here to see the World Championships. This is the way most tourists see Holmenkollen in the summer months, with a pool at the base of the jump that is pumped out for the event. And in the background, the city of Oslo in the Oslo Fjord. Oslo has been on this site for the past 900 years. Today, it is Norway's capital and the largest city with a population of 500,000. But this area is equal to that of Los Angeles in size. The City Hall, built in 1955, is surrounded by works of art by Norwegian artists. The statues along the front steps depict various occupations of construction workers. Unusual statues are everywhere. Norway's great novelist and poet Bjørnson, who was the winner of the Nobel Prize for Literature in 1903, looks out from the National Theater, where he often directed plays. Oslo is ideal for shopping, since the main stores are in the center part of the town, within easy walking distance. Modern malls are now a part of the Oslo shopping scene. And by the way, you'll have no difficulty getting around on your own, since most Norwegians speak English. You're not in Oslo very long before you realize that the Norwegians enjoy a high standard of living. Most families own automobiles, and two-car families are common. Stores are stocked with the luxuries of a modern society. Part of their prosperity is due to the oil discovered in the North Sea off the southern coast of Norway. In the month of July, the Norwegians generally go on vacation, leaving the city to the tourists. Of course, shops are still open, and we walk past many store windows and see beautiful items that we can purchase here in Norway, such as Norwegian sweaters. Before you do go shopping, I would suggest that you come here to the Design Center in Oslo, where they have a display of the finest products that this country manufactures. After you've looked around, then go out and make your purchases. I'm sure that you'll be much happier with what you get. The Norwegians have long been noted for their beautiful enamel work on silver, and they have won many world championships. Rhea rugs are always popular. Today, we find the modern as well as the traditional design. Flowers are seen everywhere from the first days of spring until October. They even have tulips, a special northern variety. Although Oslo is as far north as Anchorage, Alaska, the summer weather is comfortably warm with long days and short twilight nights. Consequently, delightful outdoor restaurants are everywhere. One popular outdoor restaurant is located in a small park between the Parliament Building and the National Theater. Here, you may enjoy some of those delicious Norwegian strawberries. The park surrounding the outdoor restaurant is a popular place to spend a leisurely afternoon. In recent years, the city has permitted sidewalk stalls to be set up along one edge of the park. Here you can buy imported items, mostly jewelry, at some very good prices. In the evening, hundreds of young people crowd the downtown park or visit movie houses, theaters, or 22 of the city's nightclubs. You'll hear English, French, German, Italian, and Arabic. Many waiters even speak Norwegian with a foreign accent. Because of the immigrants and students from abroad, Oslo has acquired an international flavor, but also still features many typically Norwegian highlights. For example, Vigeland Sculpture Park. Back in the 1920s, Gustav Vigeland donated all of his works of art to the city. The city put his statues in this park where you may see them today. And right in the middle of the park is a 55-foot monolith with 121 figures piled on top of each other. Now, Gustav Vigeland said that that was the symbol of his religion, but he never told anyone what it meant. He said that as each person stands there, he must decide for himself its meaning. Surrounding the monolith are statue groupings depicting every facet of human life and emotion: love, hate, fear, happiness. Vigeland Sculpture Park contains one of the most impressive works of contemporary art, and all of it created by one man. When the sun shines, you'll find Norwegians coming to the park, for the Norwegians almost worship the sun and will take every opportunity to get outdoors. You'll find that in Norway, virtually every family will have a summer cabin and boat, even if they can't afford an automobile. For a summer cabin and boat are considered necessities, not luxuries. On the weekends, the families will go to their summer cabins, or perhaps come out here to the archipelago and sail. Almost every weekend, there'll be regattas for both children and adults. The young Norwegians take to the water almost instinctively. But of course, the Norwegians have grown up along the water, and they feel comfortable along the water. The first settlers to this part of the world built their villages along the coast and in the fjords because the interior was almost impassable during the winter. But the warm Gulf Stream that flows along the Norwegian coast keeps the waterways open all winter long. So it was practical for Norwegians to travel from village to village by boat. They became seafarers and ventured down the coast of Europe, plundering cities, and became noted as those fierce Vikings. If we could turn back the hands of time about 1,000 years and look out into the archipelago, we would see an entirely different kind of boat. This was the kind of boat used by the Vikings to sail across the Atlantic to our North American continent. In some way, they were able to brave those Atlantic storms in those open boats to reach our shores. At the Viking Museum in Oslo, we may see a collection of the original Viking ships built 1,000 years ago.